making a decision. This is who I am. That's why that's enough for me. Because that felt good to me. It felt good to me to just claim who I wanted to be. And I stopped worrying about all the other details. I stopped worrying about what everybody else said about manifestation. I went on my own way and it worked. And it worked flawlessly. ADHD, ADD, autism, autism with ADHD. All the different special combinations of neurodivergence. Guess what? It's not going to hold you back from manifesting. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you're all doing fabulous. I hope you're all choosing to be the versions of yourself that have exactly what you want. I hope that's what you're doing. Today, we're going to jump into a requested video on manifestation combined with neurodivergence. Why, if you are neurodivergent, why it's not going to hold you back, why it's not going to hinder you from manifestation. So if that interests you, I hope you're going to watch the rest of this video. If you're new here, how you doing? I'm Kimberly, and I am obsessed with getting whatever I want, literally whatever I want, as specific as I want, and a little obsessed about knowing everything there is to know about this, our mind and our ability to manifest. So if that interests you and you can handle this sass, I highly encourage you to please hit that subscribe button. And please let me know that you've subscribed. I want to know who my new friends are. YouTube does not always tell me who that is. It's just my number goes up. I want to know who a new HBIC is. And if you don't know what that is the head bitch in charge of your reality. That's what we're called here. Over here in my community, we are all HBICs. And you don't have to use the word bitch if you don't want to. You can insert any B word that feels good to you, like badass, boss. Really quick, if you would like to work with me in any way, shape, or form, if you think that I could help you, guide you to getting exactly what you want, I encourage you to check out the drop box below. All the ways to connect with me, other platforms to find me, one-on-one coaching, emergency coaching, also my 3 channel memberships. I really encourage you to look into the VIP, the Advanced Manifestors. That's where we deep dive manifestation. It also gives you free access to all the other channel memberships here. Just saying. All of that is in the drop box below. So now I'm going to shut up and get talking about neurodivergence. In case you're new, or if you never heard me say, I am neurodivergent. I'm pretty sure for some of you, it's probably not hard to tell. I am very sassy, very spicy, and I'm all over the place. And that just makes me me, my unique self. So yeah, I have ADHD. Truthfully, I didn't find out I had ADHD until I was 48. I just thought I was kooky. I just thought I was a weird broad, truthfully. And I never felt hindered by it because I didn't know. I didn't have that label placed on me. So I know a lot of you out there, you yourselves maybe already have the label, maybe just discovering you have the label, or maybe you have an inkling, but you're not really sure and have never been officially diagnosed. We're just going to use that phrase neurodivergence. So it, to me, includes everything. So if you're autistic, if you're on the spectrum, if you think you have ADHD or any other combination and label they've got out there in the 3D world today, we're all under the classification of being neurodivergent. Quite frankly, I see neurodivergence as a superpower. I know not everyone's experience is the same. So If you have ever felt held back by being neurodivergent, I understand. I'm certainly not trying to minimize any of your personal experiences. However, I would like to empower you and uplift you and help you see that, honey, I don't care if your mind flashes around to a million different places every couple of seconds. It is not going to stop you from manifesting. Now, our logical mind might tell you, no, your mind is not equipped for manifestation because you're supposed to, make a decision of who you are. You're supposed to say your affirmation. You're supposed to keep your visual. And it's hard to keep that visual because instantaneously another idea pops up in your mind. So that's going to hurt you. That's not going to help you. None of that is true. Absolutely none of it. And again, because I found out late in life, I didn't have to drag around the baggage of that label of thinking, I'm not neurotypical, so therefore I'm limited. I think there is a reason why more and more people are discovering that they have some semblance of neurodivergence. I think it's for a reason. Now, again, this is just my personal opinion, and you don't have to agree with my opinion, but I do think that that is where the human mind is evolving to. I believe that there will come a point on this planet where probably everyone is going to have a little droplet or two of neurodivergence. So again, I see it as a superpower. Why? Well, me having that ADHD label, there is nobody, not nobody. There's nobody that can super hyperfocus, okay? When I'm into something, nothing can get in my way. Nothing can break my concentration when I'm in super hyperfocus mode. I think that is a gift. I think it's a gift. But I really want you to understand, if you don't buy into what I just said about my own opinions, God will not be mocked. God is not mocked. God doesn't make mistakes. Now, again, the logical mind might say something, completely opposite of what I just said. Your logical mind might be clamping in with a bunch of useless opinions and information, but God is not mocked. If you personally don't believe in God, whatever it is you think is out there, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, whatever gives us the I amness, the ability to manifest, is not mocked and doesn't make mistakes. So our neurodivergent minds were not made by accident. They are not accidents. If this doesn't have to be something that holds you back in life anymore. In all fairness, who the hell claimed what is typical and what's not typical? See, even Poop over here, she doesn't like that. She doesn't like that thing out there in the 3D world that says, oh, your mind's not the normal, typical mind. No, who says? Who decided that? Because our brain is wired maybe a little differently, that we're not normal anymore? No, I do not accept that. And I'm hoping I can free you from accepting that. No. Okay? There shouldn't be just one way to do things out in that world. There should not be just one way to teach all students, all children. There shouldn't just be one path. Because one other person out there said, well, my brain's normal. My brain is the typical brain. So everyone should have to learn this one way. No, we no longer accept that. And now that we are aware that we can manifest and make changes out in that world, again, I don't think it's a coinkydink that more and more people are discovering the divergence. It's because we're all unique. We are all unique individuals. And I 100% hand over my heart believe that God will not be mocked, and God doesn't make mistakes. God is pure, unadulterated consciousness. And guess what? So are every single one of you. Pure, unadulterated consciousness. Our brains, they might not function or light up the same exact spots of wiring in our mind, the same as everybody else, but it won't hold you back. It will not hold you back. Let's just be honest. The hyperfocus in of itself, the hyperfocus. First of all, when we are in hyperfocus mode, if you are a part of the neurodivergence crew that do get into hyperfocus, I'm sorry, but I think that's perfection for visualizing. I think that's perfection for when we want to focus on something, when we want to focus on who we want to be. When we're making our decision over what version of ourselves we are, how much better does it get when we want to get into hyperfocus mode? Think about that for a minute. I'm sure you've experienced it. Again, if hyperfocus is one of your superpowers, think about how that can be utilized into focusing on your desired reality. It's a gift. The way I see it, it's a gift. Because anyone with neurodivergence doesn't think linear. We don't think linear, okay? Our minds hop around things. Why do you think we're so good at finishing other people's sentences? I know that can be labeled as rude, but it's because our mind is working so quickly, so I think eloquently. We are unique. And because we naturally think nonlinear, out of the box, we get really creative. In fact, we're really good at this. We're really good at manifesting. Our minds can come up with scenes, can come up with affirmations that are not so basic bitch that they're having no effect on us at all. No, we're creatives. It's a gift, and it's perfectly created for manifestation. Again, for outside of the box thinking. Let's talk about the passion and intensity those of us who are neurodivergent have. I'm sorry, but let's keep it real. Is there anybody more passionate and excitable over manifestation than me? I don't think so. I'm claiming that title. There is nobody that cuckoo, but fun cuckoo, like me on this platform. As far as I'm concerned, at least in my reality, that's my reality perspective. I got the sass, I got the intensity, I got the excitableness, and I'm sure all of you do too. It has only helped me. It has only made me get into amazing states of consciousness. Amazing. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, when I'm upset, I'm upset. When I'm emotional, I'm emotional. Again, though, I don't beat myself up for those moments. I hope none of you are either. It's okay. We were given these feelings and emotions for a reason. We are not bad manifestors because we feel deeply, because we have the passion in all directions. It's a gift to us that are awake to conscious manifestation. Because let's keep it real. If someone was to give the bottom line of how they think manifestation works, now I'm just going to say for the sake of saying, let's keep it real. Everyone's ability to manifest is simply because we all have that connection within us to the I am, meaning our consciousness, our conscious awareness. So all we need to do is be aware of who we want to be in order to manifest, specifically, consciously. But if someone was to give a quick breakdown, feelings always tend to come up into the equation when we talk about manifestation. And who feels more passionately than those who are neurodivergent? And again, listen, I'm not trying to gloss over that there may be moments where it does feel like a hindrance. But I'm trying to get you to see that that hindrance is because, number one, maybe we're feeling upset about something in our 3D, right? Everyone has moments like that. Everyone, whether they're neurotypical or neurodivergent. So just because you're neurodivergent and you're in the awareness, thanks to the labels, you're in the awareness that, we feel passionately, we can be over emotional. No, we're dropping those negative connotations around being neurodivergent. So again, I know it doesn't feel good. I feel passionately, just like you. It doesn't feel good when we're feeling sad or if we're feeling angry. I know it doesn't. Those don't feel good to me either. However, once that moment is over with, I don't know about you, but I tend to bounce right back. And again, I'm not talking from the place of perfection. It's never about perfection. This is why I'm trying to say that we're so conditioned with limited beliefs around neurodivergence. All those conditions are bullshit. They are bullshit. They're limits that don't have to ring true for us anymore. So, who better than the passionate, excitable, emotional side of the planet? Who better than to feel our way into any state of consciousness we choose? Who better than us to do that? And again, I'm certainly not trying to tell you that you have to feel a certain way in order to manifest. I'm saying that that's usually where, again, this is just like if someone had to break manifesting down, you know damn well the word feeling is going to come into the equation. So Neville Goddard was talking about the feeling of the wish fulfilled, just saying, the knowing. But again, who better than to step into the knowing than people who are passionate and excitable and have, I think, deeper access and the pleasure of truly experiencing all of our emotions and feelings than those of us who have neurodivergence. We were not made by accident. In other words, in the womb, somebody didn't make a mistake with our mind, okay? That's the 3D world limits that have been dumped on us. We've been made to feel like there's something wrong with us, so our brain doesn't work like neurotypicals. But we're breaking out of that bullshit limited thinking. I know that you can still hear your own I amness speaking to you. And how do you know the difference? This is based off of my own experience and working with other neurodivergent peeps out there. Fears, doubts, they tend to, and again, this might sound weird, they feel loud. They feel like barraging down, beating us down. They feel big. Those type of thoughts. They don't feel good. Your I amness is that soft, quiet, still voice within you. Again, your I amness, God, universe, higher power, source, energy, gives you the free will of who to choose to be. So you have the free will to choose who you want to be at any given moment. Because you have ADHD, autism, that doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to make your decision. And if there is any part of you that feels like, well, my mind runs all over the place, I'm so easily distracted, so what? So what? I'm distracted consistently, but at the end of the day, I always return to who I want to be. I always remember my desires. And that's the only thing that matters, is that you return. This is why Neville Goddard said it doesn't matter how long you hold a state. What truly matters is the frequency of returning to it. That's what brings the full transformation. And by transformation, I mean shift in state. Your minds have the ability to make decisions like anyone else. So again, being neurodivergent doesn't make us or make manifestation harder. It's not true. That's a conditioned belief. It doesn't matter how often you get distracted. What matters is that you remember your heart's desires. And listen, you're not going to forget your heart's desires. You know who you want to be. Your mind is functioning exactly the way it was supposed to. Not a single person on this planet was meant to have a difficult time manifesting. There is not certain people can instantly manifest and certain people have to have a long, terrible journey. Not true. We were all given the gift equally. So neurodivergence doesn't have to mean anything other than, ooh, we got the superpower. We got the superpower. It's the elevated mind, in my opinion. Manifestation isn't about how your brain works. Manifestation is about you coming to know yourself as source. So however you get yourself to that understanding, that doesn't matter. Your way is the right way. Don't you understand? This is why I specifically say on my channel, there is not one right way to manifest. Your way is the right way. What you believe is the best route to manifest, what you believe is the right technique to manifest is. You are coming to know yourself as God, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams. You are God. You are universe. You are the I am, having the human experience through this vessel, your vessel. And from there, you have that free will to decide who you want to be. But how you come to that decision is the perfect, exact, right way. Trust yourself. I know that it's so easy for me to say. Yes, I'm aware. I've been on this journey for quite some time, so I have a little experience. That doesn't make manifestation different for me. It's working for you just the same way as it's working for me. And I'm going to tell you, this neurodivergence of mine is the reason why a lot of the techniques out there never felt good to me. I would have told you that I wasn't a good visualizer. And why is that? Because I believed it was too hard for me to conjure up a visual and keep focusing on it, because I was aware that my mind was all over the place. And then when I discovered it, ADHD, for a moment, I believed, well, that's why it's limiting me. That's why it's hindering me. And then I had my beautiful, what the hell are you talking about, Kim, moment. Our mind thinks in pictures anyway. Everyone's does. It might not feel or appear that way in our awareness, but that doesn't matter. Your mind is functioning perfectly for manifestation. So like I said, if you have felt that none of these techniques out there really resonate, create your own. However you choose, it will be the right way. This is why me making a decision, this is who I am. That's why that's enough for me. Because that felt good to me. It felt good to me to just claim who I wanted to be. And I stopped worrying about all the other details. I stopped worrying about what everybody else said about manifestation. I went on my own way. And it worked. And it worked flawlessly. This is why I say that making a decision is enough. But that's not what this video is about. What I'm trying to say is your mind is not going to hold you back. Your mind was created from perfection. Yeah, I know. We don't have to be perfect. But every single one of us was created as perfection. Every one of us. Every single one of us. Our true self is unconditional love. So whether you're experiencing reality with the understanding that you're neurodivergent, listen, just because your mind might not function like the person you're sitting next to, but you're able to think. You're still able to think. And if you can't keep yourself focused on one thing, or maybe details around you, really bombard your mind, at the end of the day, do you know what you want? Do you know what your desire is? Can you, for just a fraction of a second, think about the desire? That's enough. That's good enough. But you're the one who has to accept that for yourself. This is why I say you can't beat yourself up for having emotions and feelings. We were given them to experience them. So we're not bad. We are not limited. We are damn good manifestors. And your mind, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but your mind was created perfectly to manifest. So whether your thoughts come in rapid bursts, whether your attention is consistently being pulled all over the place, whether you feel your emotions and feelings really, really deeply, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Sincerely, the only thing that matters is that you, the way your mind works, returns to its decision of who it's choosing to be. Whatever that means to you. Whether you enjoy affirming, whether that makes you feel like it's steadying your thoughts, whether you are someone that does enjoy visualizing and you can feel your way into the visual, whether you're someone who likes to embody the state of the wish fulfilled. Maybe you're someone that likes to do a little combination of that along with the inner chatter and making a decision, which is kind of my forte. That's fine. Whether you like to script, whether scripting helps to keep you focused on whatever it is you're manifesting, that's also fine. Having neurodivergence is not a limited sickness. It's not baggage. It's not there's something wrong with us. No. You were born that way for a reason. But you were not born with a limited ability to manifest. Your mind functions perfectly for manifestation. And I hope this video encourages you to understand you are connected to source. You are source the same way anybody in the neurotypical side of the house has that connection. No one has more access. No one has more power. Yours is enough. So again, whether it's rapid fire thoughts, hopping all over the place thoughts, or any other combination of neurodivergence that you may have, your mind is perfect. It's working perfect, and it's not going to hold you back from manifestation. But if you have the belief that it will, I highly encourage you to choose differently, because it doesn't have to. It didn't stop me. It has not prevented me from manifesting my desires. Doesn't have to hinder you either. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.